My name's Erin and I'm a stage 2 breast cancer survivor. I was diagnosed with breast cancer just 2 days after my son was born. It's been a whirlwind of a journey for the past year, and I have had the opportunity of learning a lot of things, but also there have been a lot of hardships. I did not expect for the doctor to come in and tell me that I had cancer. The only thing I had known about the C word was what my father had died of just 6 years earlier. He had died of liver cancer, and he was an incredible example to me of hope in Christ. And I wanted to be that example to other people. So my husband and I got home that night after finding out about my cancer, and we didn't know what we were supposed to do next. We just sat down on the couch and just kind of stared at each other for a few minutes. And
when Erin was diagnosed, I was shopping for a vacuum cleaner filter, and her doctor called me and told me that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And immediately when you hear a diagnosis, life changes. As a pastor, I talk a lot about who God is and what He's done for us. It's not until you yourself are in certain situations like a physical illness, though, that some of those realities have to hit home and have to be applied to your own circumstances. And so even as a pastor, I haven't been perfect in my faith, in trusting God to provide for our needs, but there's been a real and unshakable grasp that He has had upon our hearts, convincing us that He is a God of love, that He is a God who is faithful, and having to preach to myself some of those realities as well.
when I first found out that I had cancer, the first emotion that I felt was shock and disbelief. And how could this happen to me? And then I felt an overwhelming sense of peace. I'm not a very emotional person, so it was hard for me to figure out how I was going to deal with this and whether it was okay to be sad, whether I could be angry. And I've learned so many lessons. My father had kept a journal when he went through cancer, just documenting every day, just the medical appointments, and more importantly, he documented Christ's encouragement to him. And he talked about the hope that we can have in Christ and joy that comes from that hope. And I really wanted to show that that's true for me as well. So my husband and I decided to start a blog, and it's been an opportunity for me to share that hope as well. I entitled the blog Joy in the Journey, which some people will look at that title and think, how can you have joy when you're going through cancer? But it's not joy like a happy ha-ha joy. It's joy that runs much deeper than that, that comes through having hope in Christ alone. I have learned that it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad, because we're not perfect. We're going to experience emotions, even if you're not an emotional person. And but ultimately, I have come to the realization that no matter how I'm feeling, I cannot depend on myself. And day by day, it's not about how I'm feeling, and it's not about depending on myself. It's about just praying to God and asking Him to just help me, give me that extra amount of strength to get through to the next day, and help me to understand my emotions and be able to deal with them.